Good morning, good evening, welcome back, and thank you for joining me again as we continue to build up our MDR, the Managed Detection Response, how to continue building up on our Security Operations Center, Cybersecurity Operations Center. The main goal is for us to proactively and effectively detect, respond to cybersecurity incidents. From our previous lessons, we kind of broke down the overall operations in a combination of technology, operations, and people. If you recall, we said, for your SOC who provides your MDR services, you are going to have a combination of technology, people, and processes, right? On the people side, you are going to have the leadership side, right? The leadership side, they will build the strategy and eventually manage the whole team from the higher level point of view. On the leadership side, inside the SOC, you are going to have your defensive operation and you may have your offensive operation, right? So some people with defined roles and responsibilities to do defensive operation, some of them with roles responsibilities to do the offensive operation. Of course, as I said on the previous lesson, for you to conduct any offensive operations, you have to be extra careful as you may be hopping yourselves into violating some laws and be yourself in a problem. So the majority of cases, and for this particular purpose of as we continue to build up this learning path, we are going to focus on the defensive operation. So on the defensive operations, many organizations ends up building their own structure with different type of skills and responsibilities. But I like to say that for having something quite effective, an operations that is quite effective, you need certain, I would call it, dedicated skills. So first of all, you need the engineers, right? We talked about the engineers in our previous lessons, that these engineers, these are the ones that will do the onboarding, configuring the rules, doing the setup of the environment. You are going to have developers. You may have developers, you may not, but it's important if you have some developers. In my case, because we have our own intellectual property, I have a developer team that based on different feedbacks, we can address the problems on the technology side. You are going to have your analysts, right? These analysts, these are people that are 24/7 monitoring the SOC, monitoring the alerts, monitoring the logs, doing the collection of information, and eventually making any type of suggestion. You are going to have side by side with the analysts, you are going to have the hunters. Okay, so the analysts often they may miss on something, so you want to have the hunters that are going back. As the analysts are moving throughout the day, you have hunters that are kind of coming alongside the analysts to see if the hunters are missing anything. But we want to do proactively hunting to feed those informations back to engineers and developers to enhance the system. You also want to have a team of forensics. Okay, very important skills. These are the personnel that will be able to conduct a deep analysis, deep investigation, reverse engineer any malwares or anything like that. And it's very important that we have these skills in the team. So for the most part, these teams that you see here, these are the essential elements for us to be able to effectively conduct defensive operations. Then you're going to have your offensive operation guys. These are your, playing the role as a hackers. And these hackers, if I go in red here on my image, right? These hackers, they are going to try to break into your network, they're going to be conducting operations. They're going to be trying to attack your systems. And our goal is to learn day by day, to enhance our process, to tweak the technology, for us to see proactively how things are going to work, or how things works, so we can do it quickly and rapidly and effectively in the real life. This one, we talk more extensively about this one on a day one. Today is a day two, and the goal here is for us, as we continue the journey, we are going to spend some time talking about the engineering side, right? So we are going to spend some time talking about the engineers in some of the tasks they do. We're not going in deep, but I'm going to show you the most basic things that engineers do on a daily basis. Then we are going to talk about a few things that analysts will be doing on a daily basis. So as an analyst, what are you expected to do on a daily basis? And we are going to wrap up with hunters, what hunters will probably be doing throughout during most of their day within the SOC. Of course, hunters, you can go into a greater scale to do forensic, and these informations can be fed to developers to enhance the systems or enhance the operation. But again, as I've been advertising, first we are going to talk about the engineers. We're going to see the engineer's point of view. Second, we're going to see the analyst's point of view. And third, we are going to check about the hunters. Okay? So that being said, this one is a quick introduction for what we're going to be cover. The next few days, few hours, we are going to be diving into this portion. And when it's time to hop on the analyst side, I will let you know. So let's take about 5 minutes break just to get everybody heads around what we're going to be cover. You already get the introductions for the day. So let me know if you have any questions before we break and we come in again with the engineering side of things. Any question? I will pause for 5 seconds. Good. So I have no questions, everybody. So let's get 5 minutes, get that coffee warmed up, and let's get back. Once we get back, we'll get right into the contents. But if you think on any questions as you're getting that coffee, please bring it back and be happy to answer. So see you guys in about 5 minutes, and we'll continue the journey about engineers in the SOC.